Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's watching lots of Christmas music, movies, listening to Christmas music, watching Christmas shows, which we're going to talk about today. I realize I have not talked about Christmas or any shows on my YouTube channel, like ever. So we're going to do that. This is Jaquan. It's my little gnome I got from my friend. He's gonna be sitting here. Jack, retiring Jack, Jaquan is here. I need to clean up my desk, but he's gonna be right here. I'm gonna try and. Oh, also we're back to the corner. So this is like a weird angle for me, but we're gonna make it work. I hate the glare that my. Let me see if I feel like that made it worse. But I mean, I still look good. Got my hat on, which you cannot see, so I'm just gonna. Boom, there it is. I'm gonna give it to Jaquan. So he's gonna be kind of like a blur in the back of the video. I love Gnome so much, y'all. Look at him. Hold on. Look at him one more time. I still feel like it's blurry, but I do want it like a new ring light, but I'm not gonna ramble too much, y'all. I'm gonna try. But the gnome is here. He's my little gnome son. So I felt like really nostalgic. So I wanted to. So on my TikTok, I should probably upload it here. I'm gonna upload it here. But on my TikTok, I reviewed the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's Christmas episode, and like that show is still so funny. You know what I mean? Like some shows, like I mean, of course, they're gonna be dated elements, but you know what? I still was laughing like if I had the first time I ever seen Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and stuff. So yeah. So let's get into it. I reviewed Sister Sister, and all these episodes I'm going to put the season and the episode name and the number because let me tell you something. When I was looking these up to watch them, it was kind of a little hard because they were like, yeah, it's just one guide for the girlfriends because I did review girlfriends. I did Sister Sister, Girlfriends, The Parkers, and That's So Raven. So 4 shows. They were like episode 33. What am I gonna do with that? You want me to count each episode from season 1? I don't like that. So, you know, I had to find some other sources and like some other ones were really specific. So that actually like really helped me because I was like, what do y'all want me to do? Y'all really want me to count from number 1? And you know how like the seasons, like they start off with 1 each season. So I have to go from like the last episode and then count, like if they have 10 episodes, for example, I have to go 11, 12, 13 for the next seasons. Nah, I wasn't about to do all that. So let's get into it. I feel like I've rambled a lot. Okay, so we're going to start with Sister Sister. The episode is called Christmas. It's from season 3, episode 12. Sister Sister is on Netflix, is where I watched it, but it's also apparently on Tubi because when I googled it for the thumbnail, apparently it's also like a thumbnail picture. It is also on Tubi for free. So if you really want to see Sister Sister, you don't want to pay. How much is Netflix? $10. We'll round it up. Well, it might be more now. Who knows? But if you don't want to pay $10 or however many dollars, I only have one screen, so I don't have like a family screen. So it might even be more for you because I'm the only one on mine. I was bumming off someone, but then they didn't put their account information in. You know how like when your card expires, so I just got my own. So I don't gotta worry about that. If my card expires, I could put it back in and then I could keep watching whatever I want. So that's it. Alright, so basically the episode, and these are all old shows. I'm gonna say spoiler alert. You can watch them still. They're not that long. They were like 20 minutes, 23 minutes at max. It was really fast. Even though I'm a procrastinator, so of course I waited until like 1 in the morning. But anyway, basically the episode, what is the granddad's name? I just watched this last night. I forgot the grandpa's name. But Grandpa, who is Ray's dad, who is the dad of the show. So there's Lisa, the mom, Ray's the dad, and the twins, Tia, Tamara. So the grandpa comes back and he's trying to act like he's a big shot. He has all these tea rooms in India and stuff. But really, he owes money to a loan shark, so they help him out. So basically, the loan shark comes. So Tia and Tamara have saved a lot of money. I forget which one. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I can't tell them apart, even though I don't really. Are they identical? I think they are. I think. Oh yeah, Mary and Ashley are not identical. But don't get me to lie because I couldn't tell you the difference between them either, even though they're fraternal, apparently. But one of them is like really responsible, you know. So I need to rewatch all these shows because like I don't remember which one is the responsible one. But one of them saves $490, and the other one saves $8. So they have $498. But the loan shark he owes, the grandpa owes him $1,000. So the responsible twin, who kept the money because the other twin went to the mall and was ready to spend, spend, spend. She gives him the money, and then the loan shark's like, okay, I'm gonna not charge you for the deuce, the $2. So she like does not hesitate to help out her grandpa, and I'm like, that's that's what black women do. We always helping everybody. I could go on a rant, but I won't. So then, they're doing this Christmas stuff, and so then the grandpa comes clean and is like, to Lisa, yeah, I got this loan shark going on. So then he gets a job as a Santa, of course. You always gotta have Santa in these stories. I do think that all of them had Santas. Sisters had Santa. Yeah, the Parkers had a. Yeah, the Parkers had a Santa, so they all had a Santa. So these are all the first like Christmas episodes of the respective shows, because like some of them have multiple Christmas episodes, because they have a bunch of seasons. So I was like, let me just go with the first one. So then the loan shark comes back like a few days later, and then Lisa is there, and so Lisa gives him the $500 to pay off the debt. And long story short, the grandpa gets his check, or he gets an advance on some kind of check. Oh, he's going to the Santa school, so he's gonna go help people be Santa. I forgot where it was. It was like in some European country, and yeah, and he pays everyone back. Well, he does. He doesn't pay. Of course, Tamara or Tia, whichever one, only pay the 498. So he's like, hope you don't not mad for the deuce. And so he pays Lisa back to the whole 500, and then he does something so sweet. So they have a strained relationship, Ray and his dad, and so the dad, the grandpa, he was saying Ray, like when the dad was Santa, was saying, if you needed help with the loan shark, I could help you. And he's like, well, I was never there for you growing up, and you wanted this and that. And he's like, I just wanted you to be there. I'm about to cry thinking about it, but yeah, he's like, I just wanted you to be there, and and stuff like that. So then, the cutest thing. So Ray had always wanted like a Swin red and black 26-inch bike as a child, and guess what he gets? He gets the bike. So it's pretty cute. And then the girls, they get little presents because they didn't have any money left because they had to get like other jobs, because they had saved up. I guess they didn't have a job before. I'm like, how'd you save up $400? Yeah, I ain't have no job. That's good. Yeah, for not having no job, saving $400. I didn't save that much when I didn't have no job. But anyway, yeah. So that's what happens. And then they get all these different more presents now that he has the money. The grandpa has the money, so and then everybody makes up. And so it's so sweet. So I'm gonna talk about the pros of the episode and my cons, like I do for like movies. They're gonna be smaller because everything's episodes, so it's like short. But anyway, here it goes. My pros, of course, are the twins and Lisa, the sisters and Lisa. I love that they went to the grandpa's aid without hesitation. No hesitation at all. And I love they really loved him enough to not want anything to happen to him, because they were like, so from what I remember about the story, I know that they were separated at birth. So one of them grandpa is his biological grandchild, I guess technically. I mean, adopted granddad. But I think they both call him grandpa though. But even though one of them, was with Elisa as her mom, she still, she still was there for Grandpa. So I really like that. And Grandpa was played by Sherman Hemsley, and he was very fun. I have a typo. Ver fun. Ver. He was very fun. Remember, I was writing this at like 1 in the morning. And a unique character. And he also made a lot of Jefferson's references because, that's his most famous role. He was it George Jefferson? I know my mom's like, she watches that show all the time. I should know what his name was. But yeah, and I thought they were really fun. And he was like a really interesting character. Because, like Lisa, she's like creative and like stylish. And then the twins, like one's responsible, one's irresponsible. And then, the dad's like straight laced. He wants to do things like traditionally and stuff. And then you have Grandpa who just comes in. He's just like this dynamic character who like kind of shakes things up. And that was really cool. That was really good. And the cons. Who is this white child in this? I'm guessing he's their friend, and he's like drinking eggnog. I don't like eggnog, but I mean, I understand it's a holiday thing. But yeah, he was like in their house, and I don't remember him at all. LOL. So I didn't rewatch the show because I didn't remember anyone besides the basic cast. Um, was Taj just named Taj in the show? Their little brother. I guess he was the neighbor technically. And then they had Marcus Houston. I forgot what his character's name was. But yeah, I need to rewatch this season because this series because I didn't remember who this white boy was just busting up in the house, drinking eggnog and stuff. I mean, he did help with the Christmas tree, but I was like, "What are your parents? What are you doing?" He done told y'all. Ray done told y'all don't drink the eggnog, and he was pouring another cup as he is telling y'all to stop drinking this eggnog. Okay, let me go to my overall opinion. I think the episode was so cute. Besides I have so many typos. Oh my god. Besides the plot of the loan shark, because that's a little adult, and it does say it's rated PG. I think, or that would have been one of the shows. It might not be PG. I can't remember. But ratings were also different back then. And I love that all the girls had Grandpa's back, and he was able to make up with Ray. So I give this episode a 10 out of 10. Hit it out the park. It was really cute. All right, so now we're going to go to the Parkers. Season 3, episode 11 is called Secret Santa. Okay. So basically, Nikki's trying to have, Nikki's Monique. And then Countess Vaughn is her daughter, Kim. Gosh, I'm going to try to remember everyone's name. I don't remember the actress's name, even though I saw it in the... I did watch all of the intros because I hadn't seen them so long. So I was like, let me watch them. Stevie is, the white friend. The white girlfriend. And then, gosh. T. There we go. T is the other of Kim's friends. So they're all in a group together and they're all best friends. And then y'all know Professor Ogilvy, Nikki, she loves him. She real desperate for him. I'm going to talk about that. And then Andell is Nikki's best friend. I forgot. I've forgotten some of the actresses' names. I think a few of them have passed away, which is like sad. I know Andell, I think she passed away. I don't want to say T's character, but I'm not 100%, so don't quote me on that. But when I was like Googling it, I did see that like I'm pretty 50% sure Andell's character passed away. So basically what happens is Nikki's trying to have a tree trimming party. Say that 5 times fast. She's trying to have that party. But everybody's like going to do their own thing. Kim and T and Stevie, they want to go skiing. You know what I mean? And they want to go like, I forgot where they're going, but they're going to some other state. Professor Ogilvy, he is going to be with his girlfriend, maybe. He's trying to buy lingerie at this department store that they're all at. And so Kim and Stevie work at the department store, and they like have some kind of beef about a guy. I would have to watch the previous episodes. I can't tell you everything about it, but they're fighting about it. T is a security guard, and he like tries to like, take everybody to the security office, even though they're doing like normal things that people do, like trying on shoes and trying on jackets. Like he thinks that everybody's trying to steal, so he's just trying to yank them up. But it's Andell's going. Oh, Andell is going to Jamaica, I think, and she's like looking for different clothes and stuff. And then there was also a plot point where she had sarong that she was looking for, and it was Gucci. And um, Kim had been, I mean, not Kim, Nikki, the mom, Monique, had been using it as like a tree skirt. And then Andell was really upset. And Nikki was like, oh, well, it got ripped, so I figured I would use it there. And then Andell was like, this is $300 Gucci. You know, I'm upset with you. I'm not coming to your party. So then, they have that point. And then, of course, Nikki tries to trap, the professor to come over. She puts like a present um, at his door, and then she like counts down, and he comes. This is also not in the best order. So when I'm telling you this might not be in chronological order. Okay, so let's get to the department store. So they all go to the department store, and there's this guy named Walter, and he has a cough. It's like a security guard. So he tells them all to meet him to go to this like part of the department store is like the security thing. Like they tell the two girls, so the two girls are dressed like elves, Kim and Stevie. So then he says, "Oh, go there and turn in your uniforms." And then Nikki goes there. What does Nikki go there for? I forget. But I think Andell went there because they said they have free gift wrapping. I don't know if that was Nikki or what. And then they tell Professor Olivey something, so he's there at the same place. They tell T to turn in security uniform at the same place, so they all get stuck in there basically. If you didn't know, I'm gonna spoil it. Walter is Santa. We learned that in the end of the episode, but I thought he was like gonna be like a Christmas angel. Um, so yeah, which I guess technically is Santa an angel? He's supernatural. What would you call Santa? He would be supernatural. Um, would he be an angel? Because he's human, supernatural human. I'll look into that. But basically, they all get stuck in this one place, and they all get stuck there. And then not Kim, I keep getting confused. Nikki tries to make the most of it. They try to do a secret Santa, and then they end up fighting again. And then Nikki's like, you know what? If y'all don't want to do it, oh, she wants them to do carols, but she's singing by herself. And she's like, well, if y'all don't want to have the spirit, despite us being stuck in here, I'm gonna have the spirit. So she goes off and she's just doing her own thing. And then everybody realizes, this is not where we want to be on Christmas Eve, but we should make the most of it. So then they go and they sing, and they all make up and they have a good time. And then another security guard comes and like frees them. And he was trying to use the security guard key, but it was not working. And then they asked about Walter, and he's like, the security guard guy is like, I worked here 20 years. I ain't heard of nobody named Walter. So then that's when I find out what's going on with Walter. So then they all decide to go to Kim's tree trimming party. So then everybody's going to take their flights or whatever the next day. I don't know what Professor Oakley's doing, but everybody's going to do it the next day, basically. I know the kids, Nikki, Stevie, T, they're going to, skiing. And then Andell was going to Jamaica, so everybody's going to go, do their thing after. Oh, I forgot to mention, they do a Secret Santa in the store, right? And Nikki gives Andell, this Gucci sarong. And then Andell tells her, actually, it's not Gucci. I just want you to feel bad. You got mad at me for messing up your sarong, and it ain't even Gucci. Don't play with me. But anyway, I just want to tell that that was real petty of her. But then they're doing the trimming. They're exchanging gifts. Of course, Nikki gives Professor Ovi an engagement ring to propose to her. Of course, I'm going to talk about that. Or that relationship I'm going to talk about. And then Nikki, she hears bells, but only her. And she goes out the window and she sees Santa, but he coughs like Walter. And he's like, oh ho ho, Merry Christmas. And she's like, Merry Christmas, Walter. And it's so cute. Okay, so I'm going to talk about my pros. Of course, Walter. I just love the magical element of him being Santa and wanting to bring everyone together. And I thought that was I put it in my notes. I guess he's not an angel, because that's what I put in my notes. I thought it was a cute twist on the like Christmas angel, kind of like trope. I put plot device. I guess a trope is a plot device. But yeah, I thought that was a cute twist. And then the party. I love that Nikki was still able to have her party with her friends and her daughter. And I love that Nikki was the only one that heard Walter. And I thought it was so cute. And I was like, because it meant the most to her, really, to have her friends and family together for her party. And then the cons. Nikki's obsession with Stanley, like slash Professor Ovi. And I know it's a running thing, but it always makes me cringy, like thinking of how desperate she was behind him. And I would like to rewatch the show, but that's always been like a deterrent for me to watch it again. Especially with my, like, it's gonna be a little tangent. My grandma does not like when I would turn, like when we lived together, she would not like when I would turn on the Parker. She'd be like, oh, I don't want to see her chasing after that man. Especially when she chased him all this time, and then when she wanted to move on, all of a sudden he wanted her. No. And especially like being a plus size black woman, you, and I know, we can talk about it now. We're like discussing it. But that was not really like the greatest representation. You know what I mean? Because it just made us look like we're just so desperate. We just gotta stalk somebody. We just gotta chase them for years, and they'll finally want us. Now, now. Okay, let me get to my overall opinion. I think this episode was so cute, and it taught like to appreciate the people in your life, and I really love the magical element too. And I gave it a 8 out of 10 because of that whole obsession with the professor still bugs me. But I would still rewatch it because I was looking at like what they were wearing, and like some of the stuff is like so cute. Everybody's so fashionable, you know. Okay, let's get to Girlfriends. So basically, what happens in Girlfriends? Oh, it's season 2, episode 11. You better watch out. Um, and so basically, what happens is William is like Santa because he always wanted to be Santa because the guy who was Santa had like a heart attack, and so William is so excited that he gets to be Santa. Okay, Joan, she's a Christmas lady. She wants Christmas at her house, so that's her kind of plot point. Lynn has a broke boyfriend, which is funny because she's usually always broke as well, from what I remember. And he gets her a dog, and she's the only one working, which I would be mad too. I'm the only one working, and I'm taking care of you and this dog now. But then she grows to like the dog. Tony is just broke. I guess she like got a divorce or something happened. I would have to rewatch that whole thing. Like somehow she broke, so that's her storyline. Maya, that's another part of Joan's storyline. Maya's husband Darnell does not like Joan for some reason. Um, and he wants to get Maya something nice for Christmas. He wants a watch. So you know, so he asked Joan her advice on that. And then Maya, she has a plot point where she is basically having an affair. It hasn't gotten physical, as far as I know from the episode, but it's basically like kind of an emotional affair. And the man gets her a really expensive watch, which I think his name is also like Stanley. There's so many Stans back in the day. Like there was Dorothy, yeah. Older girl Stan, Stanley on the Parkers. Stanley was popular back then. Okay, so basically, then what happens is, I told you about Lynn. She gets the dog. So then her boyfriend Bosley gets, or Bosley, whatever his name is. I think she called the dog Vosley, and then his name is Bosley. So Bosley gets mad that she doesn't like the dog, and he leaves. But she said he leaves before. Tony's just broke. That's just her whole thing. So when Darnell, Maya's husband, sees the watch, Maya lies because Joan told her to give the watch back to Stanley. But Maya lies and say that Joan got the watch for her. And Darnell already didn't really like her, so he's upset about it because he wanted to get her a watch, and this watch that she has is like $1,500, so it's like really expensive. And his budget, he told Joan, was $100, and so he felt like slighted, like he went behind my back and did this. And so then Christmas Eve, they're supposed to have it at Joan's house, and then Christmas will have it at Maya's. But Christmas Eve, Maya comes and just drops off the gifts, and Joan, of course, is upset with her. But then it gets even worse because she said, "Oh, Darnell says he doesn't want me to hang out with y'all anymore." What man is going to tell me who I can hang out with? I'm going to get to that in the cons, actually. And so then the next day of Christmas, Joan like makes up a lie and says, "Oh, Maya won a scratch off ticket for $3,000, so she got this computer, she got all these different things." So she makes up a lie for her to cover the fact that she's having an affair. That just pissed me off. And then at the end of the episode, so the kids are together, everybody's finally made up. Joan is playing with Jabari, which is Maya's son, and she accidentally messes up the toy, but she doesn't. She tells him, "Don't tell your father." She fixes it, and then Maya is out on the patio calling Stanley to wish him a Merry Christmas after you nearly got your ass caught, and you calling your man on the side, even though they want to say, "Oh, it's friendship." I think it's going to turn into more because I think it does turn into more because I think from what I can remember from watching this, I feel like she gets caught like eventually. Okay, let's get into it. So my pros were the dynamics between the girls. I love that they all have a role and they work well together as friends. I love that Jones had Maya's back, even though she wasn't acting right by the end of the episode. Still, you nearly got caught. You lied to your man, but who gave you the watch? You should have given that shit back. Even though he said, just give it to someone else. But you could have done anything. You could have hid that watch. You could have done something. So then you lied on Joan. Joan lies to cover for you and takes your bonus because you had to pay for the computer with the bonus. Um, like Joan really covered for your ass, and you still out here saying Merry Christmas to this man at the end of the episode on the landline. I don't know how you could trace. I don't know if you could trace it back then, but I'm pretty sure if you get the phone, well, you're gonna look like what are all these numbers? But who knows? Okay, but the other thing I really liked was the comedic timing of the jokes were very well. I thought all the jokes landed very well, although some seemed kind of forced. And I love the pants shrinking joke for William's Santa costume. So he gets a stain on it because he sleeps in the costume for some reason. And then another coworker like gets the stain out, so she washes it, but she dries it, and they shrink in the shorts. So William's like very self-conscious about it, but I thought it was really funny. And he made the most of it eventually. He got drunk, so Joan had to bring him some eggnog and some lotion to, lotion up his legs and his little knees so he wasn't looking ashy in the soup. Um, but yeah, okay, here go my cons. So my cons are for Maya. Basically, it drove me insane. She needed to leave that other man alone, and she got her husband trying to break up her friendships, and she could have said anybody else gave her the watch, which I don't know how many friends she actually has, but to say Joan and you already know your man, like it's not really liking Joan, it's like messed up to me. And of course, she called the man at the end of the episode, which really irritated me. And then Darnell, oh, he seemed controlling and like, how you gonna tell me who I'm gonna be friends with? And he better go on somewhere. LOL. I feel like they kind of like from what I can remember, they did have this dynamic of like him kind of being like a weird controlling kind of thing, and I don't like that. But I feel like they end up breaking up anyway, so it's fine. Overall, I think this episode was cute, had cute parts. I'm glad the girls made up. Maya, though, I wanted to slap her at the end of the episode. I said Maya, though, I wanted to slap at the end of the episode because she just barely didn't get caught. If you want to call it. Okay. I gave this a episode of 7 out of 10 because I felt like, it was still fun despite the drama. So I'll give it that. The last show I watched was That's So Raven. It's season 1, episode 19, The Escape Clause. So basically, Raven opens, she has vision. So she opens up one of her gifts. And then Chelsea, her white best friend, I probably has a white best friend back then. White girl best friend, and then Eddie is the guy best friend. So Chelsea wants to try it on. So they're trying to get it off her, but it gets stuck. Okay. So this is like a really nice present. Like she's not supposed to be opening it, but she wears it to school, Raven. She really wants to. So then, what is the girl's name? I just said her name. What is the white girl's name? Chelsea. There we go. Then Chelsea has to wear it. So then when they're trying to get it off, it flies out of the classroom window and gets sucked into a lawnmower. So it's destroyed. So then they have to cut class the next day and get a new necklace, which they do. But then this creepy, like, weird, like, robot. I don't know how to describe it, but he's like, he can tell when you're, like, not where you're supposed to be, I guess, or something. Mr. Petrocelli is, like, a Santa Claus for them all. And they take a picture with him, and then he realizes that it's them. And he's chasing them around the mall, but they escape. So they get the necklace, everything done. And then they're trying to go back to the mall because Raven has like pretended that she was sick, so she didn't go caroling with her family. She's trying to figure out this necklace thing, so she doesn't help with the gingerbread house. So she does these things that she misses out on things that she really wanted to do because she was cutting class. But then when she goes to get the picture, a Santa that she thinks is Mr. Petrocelli comes and stops her and is like, hey, you were doing all these things, and then she confesses everything, and she's like sad that she ruined her own Christmas because she missed out on all those things. And then she realizes, and then he says, "Oh, being psychic is like a big responsibility." And she's like, "How did you know that, Mr. Petrocelli?" And he was like, "I'm not Mr. Petrocelli. He's over there." He does this cracking thing that ugh, makes me. Ugh. So then she finds out it's the real Santa, and so what he does is he reverses time so that she can go back in time and redo everything. So I thought it was really cute, and actually not peek at her present and just get to do everything she wanted to do with her family. So yeah. So my pros were Raven. Ah, she's such a style icon, and she always has great comedic timing. And I really loved by the end of the episode she realized her mistake, and she was able to make things right. And she realized, she shouldn't have peeked at her present. She should have just been patient and spent time with her family until she could open them, basically. And of course, I love Santa. Um, and I love that the real Santa helped Raven, and I thought it was sweet he was able to let her see her mistake, and then was able to help her redo everything. My cons were Mr. Petrocelli. Like I said, he's really creepy, and he does this crack thing where he cracks his neck or his jaw or something. I hate it. It makes me wanna myself. LOL. Um, and it's like nails on a chalkboard, and it makes me never want to go to a chiropractor because I don't like hearing cracking. So yeah, that was the only con. I really love this episode of the spy elements because they're running around the mall, trying to hide and stuff. I thought it was cute. Um, and then I love that Raven was able to redo her holiday celebrations. It was so cute. So I give it a 10 out of 10. So I have a little rant that I want to go on, y'all. It's like a paragraph. It's not that long. But I feel like there aren't as many great black sitcoms as there used to be. And I miss it. And I feel like everything is so serious and seems kind of traumatic. The new Fresh Prince of Bel Air is made into a series show, which I feel like it could have just been made as a different show, but of course they want to cash out on nostalgia on the name, as they do. Um, and it also makes black families that look related and not two dark skinned parents with a light skinned child. I'm not saying it could never happen, but make it kind of realistic. Um, which I haven't seen happen too often. Now, I have not seen anybody who was dark skinned being replaced back in the day. So that would be one con from back in the day. Um, and I feel like shows like Blackish are kind of the only sitcom I can think of right now. But of course, it has its flaws. Even though I haven't watched the whole thing, I haven't watched the show yet, but I know from people analyzing it, that there are problems. So I can understand. And I just want to have I just want to have a fun black sitcom again. And wish there could be some that we can watch and we could just have fun. And I'm not saying serious stories aren't interesting, but sometimes I just want to relax. I don't want to think about trauma. I don't want to think about anything. But I will research the current black sitcoms because, it'd be nice to have an escape, white people have so many movies and TV shows that they can escape to, and it just seems like right now everything we have is serious. I want to escape. And I want to escape and not be everything be stereotypical, though. So, yeah, so that is my review of some black sitcoms. Do you watch these shows? Have you watched these shows? Do you like these shows? Let me know in the comments. I would like to review more shows in the future. But, yeah, that's it for me. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Christmas season. I have to go Christmas shopping at some point because at first we weren't Christmas shopping, but now we are. So, I hope you all are having a great holiday season, and I will see you next week. Bye bye. Me and Jaquan are out.